City volunteers make home visitations to distribute aid supplies for the first time in Quanzhou. We examine how natural disasters and other factors affect or even damage electrical towers. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Su. Thank you for joining us. We begin our program today with news from China. In Quanzhou, Fujian, China, Tzu Chi volunteers conducted home visitations to distribute aid supplies for the first time. More than 1,000 Tzu Chi volunteers were mobilized to visit and help more than 3,000 households in 4 areas. Let's join them there. The volunteers placed a blanket on the bed for the solitary grandmother like she was a member of the family. This is the first time Tzu Chi volunteers make home visitations to distribute supplies in this area.
We work together with Quanzhou Civil Affairs Bureau to conduct home visitations and distribute supplies. We are helping solitary seniors and families who face financial difficulties.
40-year-old mentally disabled Zhang Jingpo's elder brother has been caring for him since their mother passed away 5 years ago. Jingpo's elder brother thinks Master Zheng Yan's letter of condolence is especially precious.
I'm encouraged and emotional as I feel the Master's love for us. I want to read this closely. I will frame it so I can keep this forever.
46-year-old Chen Chongsan, who lives by himself, usually drinks a lot of alcohol. With volunteers' guidance, he's now helping other people.
We should come out to do good deeds. Being healthy allows one to have a good life. If you are always drunk, your health will deteriorate.
Over the course of 4 days, Tzu Chi volunteers distribute supplies to a total of 5,858 people in Nan'an City, Luojiang District, Taiwan Merchants District, and Hui'an County. Having built up a roster of families in need, the volunteers hope to continue spreading love in the area. In Hualien, Taiwan, in the aftermath of the massive earthquake, Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital has started a clinic to deal with survivors' post-traumatic stress. In addition, a charity organization has come to the hospital to provide stress relief, including simple massage. During the Lunar New Year, more than 100 volunteers benefited from these free services. In the aftermath of the earthquake in Hualien, some volunteers who were mobilized still have anxious minds. Therefore, a charity organization has come to the hospital to provide stress relief.
Besides the local residents who were affected, there are others who were affected. We simply do our share to help the affected residents and calm their anxious minds.
With seemingly simple massage, the volunteers relieve many people's soreness and pressure. In addition, a psychological consulting team from Beijing has also come to provide help.
Perhaps people will have some symptoms including insomnia, anxious minds, rising blood pressure, and worries of future natural disasters. As a psychological consulting team, we hope to provide the affected residents with some mental health services.
Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital has also started a clinic to deal with post-traumatic stress. In addition, the doctor reminds the public that if fear and anxiety last for more than half a year, one should seek medical help as soon as possible. In Taiwan, a Tzu Chi care recipient, Ms. Wang, who suffers from mobility problems, lives by herself in Taoyuan. Due to her poor health, she seldom goes out, and she could not attend Tzu Chi's reunion banquet. To ensure she could enjoy some family warmth, Tzu Chi volunteers have brought food to enjoy a reunion meal with her. Let's join them there. Despite the cold weather, Taoyuan Tzu Chi volunteers have brought food to have a reunion meal with Ms. Wang.
10年多都没有围炉了。10年多都没有围炉。没有。啊，今天师姐来跟你围炉，你自己。也想不到，真的感恩上人，感恩大家。
Enjoying the simple food, Ms. Wang feels that she's having a feast.
She's really having a hard time. She cannot go anywhere as she suffers from mobility problems. She's trapped in this small house. Therefore, she is very happy we've come to chat with her. She is easily content.
The volunteers have invited her to go to the Jingsi Hall. However, her limbs stiffen up when the weather is cold. Therefore, the volunteers decided to bring the warmth to her place. She has deeply touched everyone.
She relies on government subsidies of only 5,000 NT dollars. Tzu Chi no longer provides her with monetary aid. Therefore, she needs to save up before she can come up with 100 or 200 NT dollars.
With the volunteers' love and care, Ms. Wang feels that she's quite fortunate.
I feel sweet and blessed. Thank you, everyone.
Many people suffer stomach discomfort after eating too much during the New Year break. If you're experiencing diarrhea, you can start from controlling your diet as well as try some other methods.
If you keep wanting to go to the bathroom and have constant diarrhea, from the Chinese medicine doctor's point of view, it might be caused by the cold weather or you've eaten too many cold foods, such as strawberry, orange, mustard leaves, and/or Chinese cabbage, which may lead to symptoms of stomach pains and diarrhea. The doctor suggests drinking hot water, ginger tea, and/or use heating pads to warm up the lower belly area. But if you have diarrhea due to eating too much and the odor is strong, then you should try ways to improve your digestion.
Some food are good for digestion, like citrus, preserved prune, perilla, and other types of plum can improve our digestion. If you want to do massage, then you should massage your stomach clockwise, because that's the direction our intestine works.
If you're having slight diarrhea, you should try lessen your meal amount and eat as light as possible. To avoid dehydration, you can mix sports drinks with water with a 1-to-1 proportion. Some people use anti-diarrhea medication freely as soon as they have diarrhea, but the doctor reminds us that it may actually have the opposite effect.
For example, the toxin in the foods may be cleaned out by the diarrhea in the first day, but some people thought that if they use medication to stop the diarrhea forcefully at this time, then it will also slow down our body to clean out the toxic.
The doctor reminds us that if your diarrhea persists and/or dehydration occurs, such as a lessened amount of urine, darker color urine, blood in the stool, fever, or whole body weakness, then you should immediately seek medical attention.
The 9/1 earthquake in 1999 left Tainan damaged with landslides damaging electrical towers. Some 2 months later, Nantou Zhongliao Township saw 18 electric towers collapse, leading to another power outage in Taiwan. Whether it is weather or earthquakes, all of these shocks impact the power substations and electrical towers in Taiwan.
Here's a substation in Zhanghua, which is only 12 kilometers from the Taiwan Strait. Salt in the sea breeze can accumulate in the voltage insulator, and in the event of a heavy typhoon rains, it can cause serious damage.
When the typhoon comes, if there is too much salt or other contaminants on the surface, it can cause barrier leakage and lead to arcing or flashover.
Salt damage exacerbated by heavy typhoon rainfall affected this primary substation in Zhanghua, where 3 serious jump incidents occurred. In order to reduce these incidents caused by salt and other contaminants, Taipower applied silicone grease and even high-voltage insulation paint. However, from October to next April, salt damage-related typhoons and the northeast monsoon winds has caused many problems for this electrical equipment and electrical towers.
Our power line crosses over the mountains and great distance, and it affected by winter salt spray damage.
Salt on the insulators needs to be monitored from time to time. To do this, a control group was set up by Taipower where insulators are removed and washed with 100 milliliters of pure water to flush the surface salt off.
Salt can be conductive as we measure the water resistance in the tube. And if it is more than a certain standard, it shows that the salt level is too high and cleaning is necessary.
Aside from the risk posed by salt, the electrical grid also risks from lightning. Lightning strikes can lead to unexpected accidents. Taipower has resorted to protective measures such as high voltage towers having an overhead ground wire on both sides because lightning usually chooses the shortest distance, will strike the top of the tower and then be directed to the ground, thus sparing the tower.
Our towers with these lightning protection measures doesn't fully protect it 100% from lightning, as occasionally there will be some damage.
Lightning can strike anywhere, and if it doesn't target power lines but substations instead, what can be done? The Zhongliao substation has erected nearly 100 lightning rods throughout the plant, creating a type of grid to distribute this risk, along with a nearby electric tower. Once lightning strikes, electricity can be directed to the ground, avoiding damage to equipment. The electricity transmission system was put to the test by wildlife entering into this restricted area. After nightfall, 10 towns and villages in Jiayi, around 300,000 households, were plunged into darkness because of a snake which entered one of these electrical towers.
A snake from over there climbed into the electric tower and caused a short circuit, causing power to flash and leading to the power outage.
A snake climbed to the substation switching gear, causing this power outage. So outside we erected a snake barricade to prevent snakes from climbing into the switching gear.
Taiwan's power plants, power towers, and substations power grids are closely linked together, with one accident affecting the whole system. The tower is tilting at 16.5 degrees and is no longer in use, but has become a tourist destination. Some 45 meters away, Taipower staff built a new electric tower to handle power transmission.
The red line here where our tilting tower is located is actually the Zhelongpu fault, because our electric tower was located directly on the fault line. When the earthquake hit, the entire foundation was affected, resulting in this tilt.
In central Taiwan, there are some 168 towers located 200 meters from a fault line, with 17 unable to withstand a level 6 earthquake.
Our electric tower structure is strengthened because it is near the fault line, though sudden actions or wrong movement may lead the electric tower to have no way to resist this type of stress.
The construction of electric towers and substations should not only avoid faults, but they should also have to worry about soil liquefaction and landslides. It may be impossible to avoid all these risks, but at a minimum, risky areas should be avoided. This is the Central Science Park UHV substation. You can see that all the substation equipment is covered by this building. In fact, since 1981, Taipower substations have gone indoors to be protected from external weather.
Indoor substations don't suffer from lightning strikes, typhoons, as well as attacks from birds and insects. It is a more reliable power supply and a better upgrade.
Disaster prevention is more important than post-disaster recovery. With more extreme weather and numerous typhoons, Taiwan's electrical transmission system is facing a more severe test, and in the end, providing power to consumers will be more consistent and safe.
The Tzu Chi Hospital in Jakarta, Indonesia, emphasizes the importance of a family atmosphere. Many staff members of the hospital treat others much like their own family. They create a work environment just like home. Amongst the staff members is Tzu Chi, who has worked at the hospital for 14 years. After she was promoted to General Affairs Coordinator from assistant nurse, she led her colleagues to provide quality work.
Whether it's wiping the board or placing medical supplies at the Tzu Chi Hospital in Jakarta, administrative matters such as cleaning and ensuring traffic safety are all managed by Tzu Chi.
Merasa nyaman untuk bekerja di sini.
We have a good work atmosphere. Although we have different religions and ages, we share everything together, and we are partners who work together.
Inspired by Tzu Chi's free clinic, which was held to help the underprivileged, Tzu Chi has become a hospital staff member. From an assistant nurse at the beginning to the General Affairs Coordinator, she always feels happy taking on different tasks. She has been cherishing this cause for 14 years.
Di sini itu jadi membuat kita itu belajar untuk.
Working in the hospital, we have learned how to always be grateful and cherish co-worker friendship.
I remember when she first came to work at the Tzu Chi Hospital. The hospital is just a free clinic center. She is very devoted to her work.
The work of general affairs is complicated, which requires one to have the ability to coordinate with various departments. Love is the best communication bridge, as Tzu Chi has good interactions with her colleagues who are just like her siblings. This makes her full of positive energy, allowing her to balance work and family.
A recycling volunteer, Tzu Chi in Malacca, Malaysia, has injured his left foot after a car accident and was unable to move about. It became a challenge for him to go up and down the stairs. Fortunately, Tzu Chi volunteers and his neighbors have reached out to help. His daughter posted a video online to thank people's assistance for her father.
After the car accident, Tzu Chi's left foot was injured and he has difficult time walking, not to mention climbing up and down the stairs to go to the hospital.
We can't make it without these brothers.
His wife and his daughter were unable to carry him down the stairs, and they've worried about this for a while, so they've asked us to arrange this.
Tzu used to go to the recycling station to store garbage every day, but he has to take a break after his injury. He was deeply touched by volunteers' care for him during this period of time.
I stayed in the hospital for 3 days, and I was surprised when Brother Jinbo and Brother Guangfu came to visit me.
His daughter was deeply touched by volunteers' effort to assist her father, so she recorded a video and posted online so that more people can see that love is all around.
Some 60% of those suffering from dementia or physical frailty are unwilling to enter daycare service because they can no longer see their families every day. Also, questions about filial piety may arise amongst friends and neighbors. Fortunately, elder daycare facilities resolve such problems, providing a safe environment in daytime and sending them back to families at night. The government's Long-Term Care Act 2.0 has a policy of one such center in every town or village. Currently, there are some 220 daycare centers set up by the government in Taiwan.
画图，你不画，我陪你一起画。我教你。
Grandpa Lee pushed his daycare attendant because he's not in a good mood, which can clearly be seen on his face.
不会，衣服一样的，好不好？这个颜色。
He not only ignores the staff, but also beats them. This is not because he's angry or because of bad patient communication, but actually because he suffers from a disease called dementia.
He occasionally hits me and I do not fight back. I do not want to hit very hard, I just want to scare him as I say that I will hit him.
In youth, they were in love, as Mrs. Lee never thought that when they're old and sick, she would have to manage his psychological changes throughout the day. When Grandpa gets angry, he crosses a red line.
Elders suffering dementia sometimes have what is called sundowning syndrome, which means that they frequently want to leave or go out.
In fact, maybe you take him around and walk in a circle, he might forget that he went home. I then bring him back to the daycare center. With dementia, you cannot predict what will happen next. You can only observe it very carefully. For example, if you find him looking in the wrong direction, you can take preventive actions.
He goes to the daycare center and I want to see a doctor. What type of doctor? Psychiatry. Why? Because I have to deal with too much pressure, that's what my doctors say.
There are 220 daycare centers opened by the government in Taiwan, 29 of which accept those with dementia and the remaining 191 which mix type caregivers, taking both those with dementia and disabilities. At present, there are more than 4,200 elders utilizing daycare resources.
Regulation at the time stipulated that daycare centers could only accept 30 people, but the number has been raised to 60, depending upon if your space is big enough or provides enough functions. This will be the future direction of daycare centers in the future.
The advanced age of these elders shouldn't mean that they need to be lonely, as these daycare centers can be an opportunity to change the situation.
民国几年几月几号？
这还要讲？
对呀。
When Grandpa Lee is restless, we found a way to make him more stable. We mixed red beans and mung beans and told him we accidentally mixed them together and wondered if he could help us separate them with me.
Once Grandpa's emotions stabilize, he begins to smile once again.
这个以前是帅哥啊。
When Grandpa Lee sees us cleaning up and sweeping the floor, he will take the initiative to help sweep, as he will pick up a broom and help us clean up the area. He thinks this space is his house as he finds a way to be useful.
这个家里面找到他自己的价值。
年轻人叫做刷存在感。
Young people can alert these elders to their preference, as these daycare centers are a good opportunity for them to care for elders.
In life and death, everyone deserves dignity, and to reduce the amount of time in hospital beds, more should be invested in daycare services to take care of sick and infirm elders. In Taiwan, there's an elderly street performer who demonstrates traditional folk art and toys in Taichung and Nantou. For several years, he has been performing with young students. The students include earthquake victims or people from single-parent families. By performing on holidays, they're now able to support themselves and build up confidence. The high school students who are cousins are ready to perform. One of them, Li Yishan, is actually a President Educational Award winner.
站上去就发抖啊，然后就一直抖。现在呢？现在不会啊，就很自在啊。
Li has overcome her stage fright. She started learning to maneuver unicycles since she was in 2nd grade and has won many awards. By chance, she got to know Mr. Lai, who's a street performer. 74-year-old Lai Sanyi, who is known as Grandpa's Spinning Top, has learned the skills by himself. For several years, he has been performing with students who face financial difficulties.
Many elementary schools promote different kinds of folk art, but the students give up when they attend high school. Some principals and teachers think that it is quite a waste. Therefore, they refer the students to me. They include 9/21 quake victims and students from single-parent families.
I pay for all the expenses, as I no longer ask my mother for money.
Besides supporting herself, she has also built up confidence through the performances.
I'm also quite happy since we can perform several different kinds of folk arts. The audience will feel our sincerity, as we've done our best.
Lai Sanyi, who likes traditional folk toys, is leading the young students to perform with him, passing on the traditional Chinese culture. Taichung and Daling Tzu Chi hospitals have held Lunar New Year greetings, while staff of Daling Tzu Chi Hospital did exercise to show their vitality. Those at Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital pray for a world free of disasters. We'll leave you with these images at the end of our program. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.